Welcome to this tutorial where I'm going to show you 3 incredible websites that you can start using today. They each have a free plan with plenty of features and plenty of tools that you can use. And the idea of this is to keep everything super simple. So whether you're starting a new website or as part of your business from day one, or you're thinking of upgrading everything and keeping everything simple, these are the 3 websites I would recommend to use. As you can see from the tabs up here, I'm going to dive into PayHip, Kit, and Bumper Sale. Or Bump Sale, sorry. Bump Sale, because these are the 3 that I personally use, and I'm not being sponsored in any way. I genuinely love sharing these tools with people who ask me questions about my website or ask questions about what they should use. These are the 3 that I always recommend. So PayHip, Kit, and Bump Sale. And we're just going to have a moment together where we go through it very quickly, each website, what it has to offer, especially the free plan. So from day one, you don't have to invest anything in order to get started with these 3 websites. Right, so let's begin with the first one. Here we go. This is PayHip. Now, PayHip, I came across when I was looking for a platform, a website to put my online courses. I tried different websites before and I found them very fiddly. I just found them really complicated. And when I came across PayHip, I thought this was fantastic. This is what it looks like on the front page. And as you can see, the word simple is there, and it truly is a simple platform and website to use so that you can make the most of selling your digital downloads, your courses, and your products online. And I think this is very important to have because, especially nowadays, whether you're seeing your clients face to face or not, having supportive digital products can be a way where you save a lot of time sharing your knowledge, and you can package this up and make it into an incredible thing that your clients will love. So let's go down to see exactly what PayHip has to offer. And as you can see, it says it's an all-in-one platform. From experience, yes, it is. It definitely is an all in one platform. It offers digital downloads. This can be an ebook, for example. So, if you have always thought about having an ebook for your clients, you can do that here. There are plenty of other options for digital downloads, and you can read up on each one individually. The next one, which I personally love, is online courses. So, for me, online courses, just like the other tools, are supportive ways that you can package things up nice and neatly for your clients, especially if your clients keep asking you the same questions about the same areas that you're working with them on. I find that instead of repeating myself through emails, through individual questions or Q&As, I find it great to just have an online course, something I can refer to very quickly. I can say, listen, if you're interested in this, this is the exact course that you need. And instead of sharing everything one-to-one, you can actually just make it a digital product for them to enjoy. A self-paced course is usually the best way for people to take their time to learn what you're offering them and also to learn more about you. So online courses are great. You can put your own videos in the online courses. It doesn't have to be necessarily text only. You can have your own videos, etc., etc. So online courses are fantastic. Let's go down and see that it also offers a coaching platform. And I've used this as well for my coaching clients. It's like a space away from all the noise, and especially with social media, you have this online space where you can share all the information that you need to with your client, with your coaching client. And also, if you have assignments or homework that they do in between sessions, you can put it there. You can do all your communications here as well as booking. So I find this tool to be incredibly incredibly easy to use, incredibly easy to use. Now, the memberships here is fantastic if you are building a community. And I think from day one, if you build a community, whether it's a free membership to begin with, and then having different levels, paid levels, where you offer different things, this is a great way to bring people together. Again, away from social media, away from distractions, holding space for them and for you to be together and to share valuable tools that they will need on their journey. And once again, to get to know you on a personal level, get to know your teaching style. Have a free membership. That's a wonderful way of starting your community. Of course, you can have groups on Facebook or other platforms if you like, but having this private space is a good way of building community. And then, of course, you can have physical products. I'm just going down here. If you have physical products, then it also offers a marketplace where you can showcase your physical products and do all the things related to orders, etc. I have a friend, for example, who sells crystal jewelry, and she loves using this part of this website, this tool from this website, and she says it works very well. I haven't used it for myself, to be honest, but I think it's a great way to have an online shop for physical products as well. What it doesn't mention here, which I'm surprised, is that you can actually bundle a lot of these things together. I don't think you can bundle the coaching with other of the other tools, but for example, if you had an online course and you had a digital product like an ebook and you wanted to sell it as a bundle, they offer this option. In the past, I've used membership online courses together. That's really good, especially if you want to get away from the free level and maybe you want to offer something that's paid. You can also offer the online course as a bundle, or you can do all three, for example. But there's so many different options, which is why I really love their bundle feature. So with that being said, let's get into the pricing of this. This is why I highly recommend this website. 3 plans. And notice one thing about these 3 plans. They have the same features. So it's not like you're not going to get some of the features in the other 2 when you start off with a $0 plan and the free plan. You actually get all the features, which I think is a good deal. I think it's a brilliant deal. The only thing that changes is the transaction fees. And with all of these websites, yes, you're going to have transaction fees, especially if you're using PayPal or Stripe. Payhip does integrate PayPal and Stripe, and they will probably have their own transaction fees. So the main difference between these 3 is you can see their transaction fees on Payhip is different, and you can read up more about this on the website directly, and they'll explain all of this. But from day one, if you want to use all the features, you can do that, and it won't cost you anything, especially when you're growing your business, you're growing your community, you're sharing new courses, maybe you want to test out the different tools they have. You don't really lose out on anything. It's a great way to start. And Payhip can be your main website, which I have used as my main website, and I still am using as my main website. Or you can have it as a supportive space for your online products. So let's say you already have a website and you're looking for another website to sell your courses, then this can be like a second website or a second portal for all your digital products. So it doesn't necessarily have to be your main website, but it's something I love to use. So keep that in mind. One question I get is, what does it look like when you start to design? When you're actually designing your website on Payhip, what options do they have? Again, I think they keep it very simple. So I'm looking at the theme section here. And you can see they don't have that many themes, but they are very different from each other. I've used different themes, but the good news is within the actual PayHip website builder, they have different templates. You can change the colors. You can kind of move things around. It's different from other platforms where you can drag and drop things. This doesn't have that option, but I like the simplicity. Once again, I like how clean and easy it is to use those different templates and the different features it has to offer. And maybe I'll make a video on this in future showing you how you can start to design your own website on PayHip. So those are the themes. So all in all, PayHip is fantastic. I highly recommend this, especially as a website that offers so many different things that you can work with your clients online and just keeping it simple. Now we're going to go on to the second website that I love. Again, not being sponsored in any way, but I do use their free plan, and it's called Kit. I've used other similar websites in the past like MailChimp. To be honest, MailChimp wasn't, for whatever reason, I wasn't really feeling it after many years of using it, and I moved over to Kit. And you can see this is what it looks like right from the beginning. Scale your business, not your workload. It has a strong community sense, and that's one thing I love about this. They have a lot of community, and they share a lot of different things within the website. See, you can see how much they value their community, which I absolutely love. And what Kit offers is an email marketing tool. So basically, for new subscribers, and we all know that having your own email list is gold. It's so essential. Don't rely just on social media to build your community. Having your own email list is the foundation of keeping in contact with your clients. And I say this because social media comes and goes nowadays. They make changes all the time, the algorithms. There's no guarantee that your content there is going to be seen. And it might be here one day and maybe tomorrow no one uses it. So please don't rely on social media. Have your own email list, and Kit offers a lot of different things with the free plan. So we're going to have a look at the free plan. Let's have a look at this pricing, and let's go down again. Right from the beginning, you can see the three main ones. Here is the free plan. And actually, what is very impressive, especially if you're beginning, you're a complete beginner, or maybe you want to grow your online community, your email community, look how many subscribers they allow you to have on this plan. Compared to other websites, this is quite a lot of subscribers. And I think, and I'm going to say this over and over again, it's not necessarily the amount of subscribers that you have, but it is the way that you nurture your subscribers and having an active subscriber community. And for this, I think this is more than enough, actually. If you can get to that level on this free plan, it's more than enough to create a strong online community through your email list. And keeping things very simple, you can see one user, that would be you, one email sequence. So a sequence of emails basically means when someone signs up, you have automated emails straight away, and that's what we call a sequence of emails that you've already planned ahead of time. It's all automated. You choose what you're saying, and basically they get to know you from day one. Maybe you have free offerings, which a lot of people have and is recommended, a lot of free content that they can use. And also, it's a way of connecting with them, sharing who you are, sharing your story, sharing why you're passionate about your business. So you don't need many sequences. Actually, one email sequence is all you need. And over time, you can slowly build the sequence so that it can even be a few months long. I know a lot of my clients even have a 6-month sequence, which is fantastic. So they have weekly emails that are sent out for 6 months, and each one flows with the next one, and the people really get to know who they're connecting to. Remember, when someone gives you their email, that's actually a very personal information. So if someone trusts you enough to give you their email and to be a subscriber, I always say give them really good golden content so they stick around, so they get to know you, they go on that journey with you. One visual automation, so this is basically you will see it, how the sequence flows, and you can choose how the email kind of flows, if that makes any sense. I will get to this in another video showing you what all of this means. But for right from the beginning, having those many subscribers and having this is more than enough. And of course, you have other features. Look at the word unlimited here. I love that it has unlimited landing pages. So the pages that people sign up on, you have unlimited versions. And actually they have different designs, which I love. You can choose the design depending on what you're offering. They have unlimited opt-in forms, unlimited email broadcasts. This is very important because it means that anytime you feel like updating very quickly, something separate from your email list, then you can share an update email. And because it's unlimited, you don't have to worry about how many updates you're sending to your clients. And there's other things as well. They sell digital products as well, so you don't have to rely on PayHip alone. And also they have all these other things. API access, so if you're integrating Kit into your PayHip, for example, you would need this so that when people buy from PayHip, they have it integrated into your mailing list. So that's a really good tool to have. Free recommendations and support. So anytime you run into trouble or you need a little bit of help, you have support, which I think is very important. Many occasions I've had, not with this website, but in general, different websites, I've had issues and the support was terrible, and eventually I just got put off. So I think having strong support is very important. So there you go. That's Kit in a nutshell, showing you the free plan, showing you what it has to offer, how many subscribers, all the different features. I think for starting your mailing list, this is the one I would go to. The third website, let's go into this tab here. This is called Bump Sale. Now things get really juicy, because if you are doing launches or sales, especially for new products or new ebooks or new courses, self-paced courses, you can have a lot of fun with this. Now, what is Bump Sale? Bump Sale, well, before I get into that, you can see already that you need a Stripe account. So the collection, the payment collection that you get goes straight to your Stripe account, and it goes quite fast, but of course you have to keep in mind the transaction fees. You can create your own button. So very, very easy. You don't need a lot of information or be very technology savvy when it comes to putting the coding into your website. I've done this on PayHip platform, and they give you a little bit of a code to put in, and then you have your button, and you can also change the colors, etc. But essentially what it is, and I'm going to scroll down here, you can see the video when you go to the website. What it is when you do a bump sale, let's say you want to do a launch with 10 people, and you have an ebook. It's just an example, random example. And we go to the bump sale calculator at the bottom so we can have fun doing this. So let's say you have that ebook, you're launching it, first 10 people, we're going to do a bump sale. The first person will pay $1. And then we're going to use, actually, let's just do 15 people. 15 people. And every time someone buys, the sale goes up, the price goes up by $1 until it reaches 15 people. So basically, the first person will pay $1. The 15th person will pay this amount. You can see from down here, they show you the final amount that they would pay. And your revenue from this bump sale would be this. Now that might not sound like a lot, but when you're doing a launch with very simple numbers and you're getting people interested in buying from you, this is something that I think creates a space where people want to participate. You know, especially if something starts off with $1 and you're sharing a product, there's not much to lose, you know, with $1 up to this amount of money for the last person. There's not that much to lose, but at the same time, when you're launching something new, when you're getting people interested in what you have to offer and getting to know who you are, this is a lot of fun to do. And you can play around with the numbers. This is why I love this calculator. Let's say you're starting off at $5. Okay, let's not go with $1. $5, let's say 20 people. You're doing this for 20 people. This is the amount you're going to have. You can bump it up by $2 each time if you want to for 20 people, and that's the amount you're going to pay. So the first person will pay $5. The 20th person will pay this amount over here, and you would get this revenue. So you can see how it works. And the beautiful thing about this, you don't necessarily have to use this tool for a bump sale. You can just have it as a button to sell your products without having a bump sale. And also, it doesn't have to be limited to the amount of people. You can choose to limit the bump sale to amount of people. You can also choose, when you actually use the tools, you can choose the date where the sale ends as well. So there are many different options once you start playing around with this, but for starters, I would have some fun looking at the calculator, thinking about things that you have to offer that are maybe low ticket, that are not necessarily very expensive, but you can still gain quite a bit of revenue from having fun with this bump sale. And I think people really enjoy that. I think a lot of people love sales, especially when they're getting something really valuable for maybe in a very affordable price. I think it's fair to do this, especially if you're starting out, letting people get to know who you are and what you have to offer. So there you go, that's bump sale for you. Very easy, once again, keeping it simple. Keeping all these tools simple. And as an overview, here we go. This was the first website we went through together, PayHip, for your online courses, your online products, your online community, your main page, or a supportive page to sell your products, online digital products. Kit, fantastic for building your email list, your email community. Not relying on social media to do this, instead taking control of who you connect with and having a distraction-free space where people can connect with you directly. And then we have Bump Sale, where we can do a lot of fun launches, having a bump sale where people can get something for a really good price in the beginning, and you can have a launch with as many people as you like, unlimited, or with a certain time period. So that's bump sale. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm going to make more of these tutorials that are very practical to use. And as always, I love to keep things simple, especially when you're starting out and you're building a business. Overwhelm is a real thing, and even to this day, I get overwhelmed very quickly. So I love to know simple things that are going to work, that don't take a lot of time to set up, but once they're up and the foundations are all set in place, then things can run very smoothly and very easily. So have a beautiful day. Take care of yourself. Make sure to subscribe to join my email list if you want updates on any content that I'm sharing, and I will be back soon with another video. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.